You meet someone, they tell you their name, you smile, you nod, and 30 seconds later it's completely gone. Not their face, not what they were wearing, not even what they said, just the name, vanished, and you spend the rest of the conversation quietly, panicking, hoping nobody asks you to introduce them. If this is you, you are not alone, and you are not careless. Here's what's actually happening. Your brain does not store names the way it stores faces or emotions. Names are arbitrary. They carry no meaning on their own. Sarah doesn't tell your brain anything useful, but a warm smile, a nervous laugh, the way someone looked away when they spoke. Those things your brain holds on to immediately because they mean something. Names don't. Not yet. This is called the baker-baker paradox. If someone tells you they are a baker, you remember it because the word connects to something real: bread, warmth, an apron, a kitchen. But if someone tells you their name is Baker, just a name, there's nothing for your brain to grab onto. It floats away. And here's something even more interesting. The moment you meet someone, your brain is doing 100 things at once. Reading their expression, processing the environment, thinking about what to say next, managing your own anxiety. The name arrives in the middle of all of that, and your brain, already overwhelmed, simply doesn't have space to file it properly. This isn't a memory problem. This is an attention problem, and the difference matters. People who forget names easily are often deeply present in other ways. They remember how someone made them feel. They remember the emotion behind the words. They remember the moment, not the label. That's not a weakness. That's actually a very human way to experience people. Now, think about the last time someone remembered your name after meeting you just once. How did that feel? Special, seen, significant. Because names carry weight when they're remembered, and that weight goes both ways. The people who are best at remembering names are not the ones with the best memory. They are the ones who made a decision in that first moment to actually be present, to pause the internal noise, to let the name land somewhere real. It sounds simple, but in a world that never stops moving, that pause is harder than it sounds. Most of us meet people while already thinking about something else: a deadline, a worry, a conversation from earlier, and the name which needed our full attention for just 1 second never got it, so it never stuck. There is also something called the next in line effect. When you are waiting for your turn to speak, your brain is rehearsing what you are about to say, and while it rehearses, it stops absorbing. So the moment someone says their name is often the exact moment your brain is least available to receive it. You were already gone, already inside your own head, preparing, performing, protecting. And the name, it just passed through. This happens to almost everyone, and it happens more in situations where we feel anxious or evaluated. New job, first date, important meeting. The higher the stakes, the less space the brain has for the things that feel small, like names. But names are not small. Not really. A name is the first thing someone gives you when they trust you enough to introduce themselves. It is the most personal sound in any language. And when it disappears from your memory, it is not because you did not care. It is because your brain was protecting you from everything else in that moment. So what can you actually do? The first thing is repetition. Say the name back immediately. Nice to meet you, Sarah. Simple, natural, effective. That one repetition moves the name from short-term to working memory. It gives it a fighting chance. The second thing is association. Connect the name to something you already know. Sarah, like your cousin Sarah. James, like James Bond. It sounds childish, but your brain runs on association. Give it a hook, and it will hold on. The third thing is attention. Before you meet someone, decide to be present, just for that first moment. Put down the internal rehearsal. Let the name be the only thing arriving. 1 second of full presences worth more than 10 minutes of trying to remember later. And if you still forget after all of that, be gentle with yourself. Forgetting a name does not make you rude. It does not make you cold. It does not mean you do not care. It means you are human, operating a brain that was never designed for the volume of people and information we encounter every single day. You were built for a smaller world, a slower world, a world where you knew everyone by their face long before you knew them by their envo name. Your brain is not broken. It is just honest. It holds on to what feels real, what feels meaningful, what left a mark. And maybe, just maybe, the fact that you remember how someone made you feel long after their name is gone says something beautiful about you. You experience people deeply, not as labels, not as names in a contacts list, but as feelings, moments, impressions. That is not a flaw, that is a gift. And the next time you forget a name and feel that familiar wave of embarrassment, remember this. Your brain kept the part that mattered. It kept the warmth, the laugh, the moment. Names can be relearned, but the feeling someone left behind, that stays, and that is more than enough.